Good evening and welcome to the baccalaureate ceremony for the Berwick Academy class of 2020. I'm Ted Smith. I'm the director of the upper school and I'm here on campus tonight in our theater, and I'm joined by our head of school, Mr. Jim Hamilton, Colleen Meter, Cindy Eaton, and our technical guardian guide and stay, Seth Hurd. As we have become accustomed to this spring, we will start with some Zoom details. We have muted you all, and we would love for you to keep your video on if that is in your comfort zone. These seniors have had an isolated spring already, and even through their screens, it is good to see real faces sharing in their celebration. And with that in mind, at the appropriate moments, please applaud heartily from your living rooms. The recipients of the awards will definitely see your hands and your smiles. We have set up Zoom tonight for you to use the speaker view, which is in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. You can choose whichever view you would like, but we're going to conduct our program with this view in mind when we highlight the speakers and the recipients. So for your optimal viewing experience tonight, please use the speaker view. Through this pandemic, we have done our very best to give our students the best possible experience, and video has certainly been a big part of that. We're going to start our program tonight, therefore, with a video created by Inga Milda on the heels of the seniors' visits to campus this week. It is with great pride that I introduce Interfaith Chaplain Seth Hurd as our officiant for this evening. A Berwick graduate, Mr. Hurd held numerous positions at the Academy and is currently the Director of Information Systems and the Director of our Upper School Chamber Chorus. Over the past 2 days, I've seen most of the seniors and your families during your visits to campus. You have applauded Berwick's efforts during the remote learning of the past few months. While teachers have been the face of our success, Mr. Hurd has been our backbone, without whom our success would not be possible. It is with tremendous pride that I introduce my very good friend and a Berwick staple for over 2 decades, the Reverend Seth Hurd.
Good evening. I bring you greetings from the Chaplaincy Institute of Maine and the wider interfaith community. This is a beginning, not an end. Invocation, from the Latin invocare, to invoke, to beg, to cite, an opportunity to call upon each of us as individuals to gather in unity, spiritual oneness, and pause, to take a breath, to be fully present. We celebrate the members of the graduating class in our community. But how do we invoke our academy community in unity in the midst of the current turmoil and national unrest, where so many of our brothers and sisters in humanity are in deep pain and upheaval? I am not sure I am qualified to offer answers or solutions, but as a man of faith who respects all humans and all spiritual traditions, I know I cannot ask us to join together in unity without inclusion, without invoking the call, the invocation, to join us all together in a pursuit of equity. This is a beginning, not an end. I invite you to pause and take a deep breath. Take a moment to be fully present. This moment, this ceremony, this beloved community is sacred. There is a mystery of life that is bigger than all of us, which brings us together and joins us tonight as we create a time of connection and unity. In your own way, through meditation, through stillness, through movement, through prayer, let us be one. O great mystery of life, this evening we ask for blessings on these students on the eve of their graduation. May we celebrate together their academic achievements and their accomplishments from the field to the stage to the classroom. We ask for blessings for those who have been with them along the way: parents, siblings, extended family, teachers, advisors, coaches, administration, staff, and friends. May each of us, in our own place, here now, and those who cannot be present with us but are here in spirit, be touched by blessings in the time together. May the great chorus of the universe open our hearts and minds in this moment of celebration and honor. And may the outpouring of our gratitude, love, and affection for our students and each other be a drop in the water, sending ripples of healing energy into the world. This is the beginning, not the end. Blessed be.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hurd. Your words are inspiring, as always. In an unusual time like we have experienced for the past 3 months and the past couple of weeks, there are so many powerful words that we want to say and so many thank yous to people that have gotten us through some of these difficult times. Far too many people for me to name specifically tonight, but I know the class of 2020 would want me to highlight 3 people in particular. Mr. John Downey has been at Berwick Academy for over 30 years, and since his arrival, he has been nothing but a steady, steady hand, and none more than this past 3 months and these past couple of weeks for the class of 2020. He is a familiar presence, a warm face, and someone that we all respect tremendously. So please join me in thanking, on behalf of the class of 2020, the senior class dean, Mr. John Downey. And the 2 class advisors, Reagan Russell and Michael Buen-Sucesso. The role of a class advisor at Berwick is unique in that the class advisors travel with the class starting at freshman year and then on through senior year. There is a roadmap for the class advisors, and it's usually laid out very concretely. And though it's always a lot of work, the steps have been pretty clear. Obviously, this spring, that roadmap got completely thrown out the window. And later on in my remarks, I'll be talking about giants. And Michael Buen-Sucesso and Reagan Russell have been absolutely gigantic in stepping up into their role as class advisors. So please join me in thanking those 2 remarkable people. We meet tonight to celebrate the class of 2020 and their accomplishments. But we gather tonight remotely from our living rooms across northern New England in a difficult time for our nation and our world. 3 months ago, when this pandemic broke and I was first speaking and writing to our community, I kept referring to this moment as unsettled. And in the past 2 weeks, we've gone from unsettled to downright turbulent and simply sad. Indeed, it's a difficult time to look upon the future brightly, but that is what I know we can begin to do tonight with the Berwick Academy class of 2020, the giants that make up this class who have held us up to the light. These seniors give me tremendous hope that they will be able to unravel the ills of our generation and those before us and make our world a better place. My family has carried an unrelated burden over the past month. And in my family's time of need, 2 refrains have stuck out to me among the supportive words that we have received. And these refrains also relate perfectly to our graduating seniors during this unforgettable time in our history. The expressions are holding someone up to the light and standing on the shoulders of giants. Holding someone up to the light is a phrase I was not really familiar with before last month. I learned that it has roots in the Quaker tradition, and more broadly, the idea of light and enlightenment has other strong religious and spiritual ties from Buddhism to Judaism, Christianity to Hinduism. So recently, I've been drawn to that idea, the healing idea of holding someone up to the light. Light can be interpreted in many ways, including awareness or love, knowledge, connection, truth, and spirituality. And there is also enlightenment. When you show someone the light, you show them the different way, a different path. These are all positive, all forward-thinking, all good ideas. So when people hold you up to the light, they are supporting you unconditionally, but also, again, showing you a different way. Yesterday, at our year-end assembly, when addressing the death of George Floyd and the reaction to it, I encouraged our students to take one small step to bring us closer together. I cited Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, former basketball great and current activist, who gave us the simple advice to go meet someone who looks different than us. Seniors, tomorrow you leave us for bigger places, and in 3 months, you will be meeting hundreds, if not thousands, of new people. First, as Abdul-Jabbar urges us, make sure that not all of those people look like you or eat like you or dress like you. Make sure that they're not attracted to the same kind of people as you or play the same sports as you or listen to the same music as you. And let them hold you up to their light, their hearts, their truths and minds and opinions, their spirituality, their awareness, and their connections. And in turn, show them, and I want to be clear, do not force or impose upon them, simply show them and expose them to your light. Standing on the shoulders of giants is a broader expression and speaks to history and tradition, but also perseverance and, again, supporting someone through lifting them up. When people have done great things and they're receiving praise for it, a humble response is for them to say that they are just standing on the shoulders of giants. We all have our families, we have our teachers, our mentors, and our magnets who have taught us and whose lessons we turn into action. In doing so, we are merely continuing the work that giants, the legendary figures or family and friends before us, have started. There could have been no Plato without Aristotle, who himself stood on the shoulders of Socrates. Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy do nothing if not for George Washington and the founding fathers. And every politician since has stood on the shoulders of those colonial giants. To the Berwick Academy seniors, for 4 years, but for this spring in particular, you have been giants who have held us up to the light. In 100 years, in 1,000 years, the spring season of 2020 will remain in our history books. And this class, the class of 2020, will be regarded as giants in the annals of Berwick's history. You have endured a situation unlike any in the history of our entire school, nearly 230 years, and you have done so with positivity, a measured tone, defiance of the hand you have been dealt. You've continued to lead us even from your bedrooms and living rooms. Through your computer screens, you have learned right up until the very end while continuing to teach us what resilience means. Seeing you and your family smiling on campus the past few days showed us that strength and that perseverance. And whenever another senior class comes up against a set of obstacles, a rainy spring where activities are canceled, a losing season on the athletic field, or a nasty bug that rips through the school for a week, whatever challenges they may face, I hope that none is as difficult as you have endured. But your admirable reaction to this challenge has made you giants in our minds, upon whose shoulders future Berwick graduating classes will forever stand and be held closer to the lights. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating this remarkable Berwick Academy class of 2020. And now we are off to the awards. We will begin with the Stalwart Awards for the class of 2020. And a stalwart is someone who has been enrolled at the Academy consistently since kindergarten. And the stalwarts for the class of 2020 are William Boyd, Kate Friel, Chloe Jackson, and Ryan Trotsky. Congratulations to the stalwarts. I would now like to turn it over to our Director of Athletics, Rob Quinn, who will announce the Bulldog Award winners. Mr. Quinn.
Thanks, Ted. The award I'm presenting this evening was named in honor of Arthur Terry Doggett, a longtime coach and teacher at Berwick Academy and supporter of Berwick Athletics. This award recognizes the outstanding commitment of those student athletes who have participated in 12 seasons of sport at Berwick Academy during their upper school years. This year we have 7 recipients. Annabelle Beaton, Malia Colvin, Tyler Gollin, Samantha Lassie, Nick Marino, Ryan Trotsky, and Rain Zimmerman. Congratulations to these student athletes.
We now turn to the honor awards by department. The honor awards are given to students who are outstanding in specific fields of academic endeavor over their Berwick High School career. And we will begin with the award in biology given by Ms. Christine Bissett.
Good evening. My name is Christine Bissett, and I am pleased to present the honor award in biology to Grant Dashty Gibson. Over the past 2 years, I've had the pleasure of watching Grant hone and refine his innate qualities that make him a skillful scientist and a true scholar. He is a bright and curious researcher who is genuinely excited to learn about the world around him. He is open-minded and realizes at times a hypothesis might have to be disregarded, though he is also innovative and persistent when those hypotheses might just need a little revision. A lover of learning, Grant takes it upon himself to further investigate a question or explore a concept completely on his own, intrinsically driven by his curiosity, never by a grade. He is quiet and humble, though always invested and actively engaged, and when he does have something to say, everyone in the class takes note. He understands the importance of collaboration and effective communication and receptive to new ideas and constructive feedback. Grant is generous and thinks beyond his own work to support others, earning the respect of peers and faculty alike. Grant, you have done amazing things in the biology classroom, and I am so excited for what the future holds for you. Congratulations, Grant.
Good evening. I am Sue Maddock, and I'm here to recognize Will Boyd for the Honor Award for Computer Science this year. I'm pleased to do so. In the past 3 years, Will has taken 4 classes with me. During that time, I have watched Will mature as a thinker. He grapples with dense topics and then implements them with ease. I've noted his deft way of facilitating collaboration, finding the strengths of his partners and weaving them together into a greater whole. But most striking is the combination of the breadth and the depth of his work within the discipline. From his BOP-IT mouse controller, to his work with the internship at the UNH-IOL, to his discussions on ethical computing, to retrofitting his Pac-Man game with GUIs, to exploring advanced data structures, Will has approached each topic with a can-do zest for challenge and an extraordinary standard of excellence. Will, Thank you for your hard work and congratulations on earning this award.
On behalf of the dance program at Berwick Academy, I am delighted to offer Aislinn Terenzio the 2020 Baccalaureate Award. I've had the pleasure of working with Aislinn throughout her lower, middle, and upper school artistic experiences, both at Berwick and in the greater Seacoast dance community. During this time, she has astounded me with her perseverance, creativity, innovation, and natural leadership qualities. Aislinn brings life and energy to the Berwick Academy dance program. As our first Pathways student in dance, she has blazed new trails for the performing arts. As a student of dance, she strives for excellence and pushes to find growth in every class. As a teacher and choreographer, she is developing a voice that is mature and textured, allowing her vision of movement to find a home in the worlds of the dancers that embody her work. Aislinn's prints are left at every step. She is full of grace, but can be delightfully goofy. Her time in the studio has been cathartic, wild, raw, unyielding, honest, and pure. Aislinn is a powerhouse, a force, and a beacon of light. Thank you a million times, Aislinn, and congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. I am Ted Sherbon, and it is my pleasure to present the 2020 Honor Award in English to Grace Ruby Schroeder. The department discussed several very qualified students, but what won out in the end was the evidence of Ruby's pattern of full engagement and development of voice. Both Ms. Martinson and Ms. Onken report that in her 10th and 11th grade years, Ruby took risks, made incisive contributions to the discussions, treated her subject material with genuine openness of spirit, and developed expertise in the craft of writing. Through this spring, while I filled in for Ms. Onken, Ruby learned to further flex her intellect and insight and genuine self without apology. Ruby dove fully in. From her bold college essay in the fall to her extended reporter's work in a second grade classroom at Central School, and to her blue-haired wanderings in the Yorkshire Heath with the spirit of Jane Eyre, Ruby has learned how to develop and follow her voice. At the Simmons College Writing Program and beyond, keep on letting everyone hear your grace, Ruby. Congratulations.
Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. The Honor Award in French goes to Phoebe McGovern. Phoebe is an absolute delight in and out of the classroom. In the classroom, Phoebe is always superbly prepared and just does not arrive without every last homework problem complete. Her grammar is flawless, just perfect, and she will always try for the more complex and more colloquial expression. She is always ready to engage in our conversations. And in the academic realm and beyond, Phoebe's strength is her composure. She is unflappable, she is measured, and she is so steady. Some say the true character of a person comes out in their golf game. I would say you see the true character of a person when you travel with them. And along with my 4 other students in French 5 honors this year, our travels to Quebec City were flawless and fun, and Phoebe was a huge part of that experience for the reasons I cited above. Phoebe is kind, she is deep, she is thoughtful, and she is incredibly hardworking. Congratulations and félicitations to Phoebe McGovern.
Good evening. I'm Lucy Pollard, and I'm pleased to present the Honor Award in History to Brittany Foster. Brittany is deserving of this award because she has pushed herself to become a true history scholar. As one of the first students to take both of our Pinnacle History offerings, Brittany excelled in We the People and the Cold War. impressing her teachers with her zeal for research and her willingness to jump into class discussions. Brittany's pursuit of history outside the confines of the history classroom further cemented her scholar status. For example, after seeing a plaque in downtown South Berwick commemorating Lafayette's visit to town, Brittany launched a full-fledged investigation into what brought the famous Revolutionary War general to the seacoast. But I am most proud of Brittany because of the ways she uses history to both understand the world around her and to figure out how to make that world better. In our study of the Holocaust, Brittany saw a lesson on the importance of standing up for others. A lesson on Jim Crow caused Brittany to remark on the oppression towards communities of color that continues in America today. In closing, Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "The creation of 1,000 forests is in one acorn." Brittany, continue to use history as your guide and go be that acorn. Congratulations.
Good evening. My name is John Downey, and I'm pleased to be giving the Honor Award for Latin to Gavin Smith. I've known and taught Gavin for 4 consecutive years, and during this time, the class and I have learned many things from him, whether he knows it or not. Besides being an excellent Latin student, Gavin quietly, humbly, and gently has taught us all that you learn more on bad days than good days. He has taught us that you will learn more about yourself, you will learn more about relationships, you will learn more about life, and you will build your character only if you're willing to make a change in yourself. Gavin, you wouldn't be the man you are today if you didn't go through what you have gone through here at Berwick. You taught us that in order to change your circumstances, every day you have to take one step at a time, just one step at a time. No matter how large that step is, it's still just one step at a time. Finally, you've taught us that nothing is really beyond your reach as long as you commit. As your teacher and your friend, my parting hope for you is to do what you love to do and that choices are always yours. Congratulations, my friend.
Good evening. My name is Jufen Ray, and I'm pleased to present the Honor Award in Mandarin to Malia Colvin. Malia has been learning Mandarin with me since she was in middle school. In fact, she was the only student in our Mandarin 5 class. It has been a joy to see her bright eyes and big smile every day for 5 years. Confucius said, "You will learn anything better if you enjoy it." Malia enjoys learning Mandarin, and I enjoyed teaching her. The word complain is not in her vocabulary. When I set a high bar for my expectations, she always tries to reach it with a big smile. Malia, you will be missed. Continue your dreams in college. I wish you all the success the future has to offer. Congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Ian Cross, and I'm here to present the Honor Award in Mathematics to Ashwin Mahadevan. I'd like to start with a quote and share a story about Ashwin from this year. So there's going to be a lot of math language, but I promise it's not to try to scare you. Bertrand Russell said, "What is best in mathematics deserves not merely to be learned as a task, but to be assimilated as part of daily thought and brought again and again before the mind with ever renewed encouragement." When I think about Ashwin, I think about this quote, specifically a time from this year when I realized how much mathematics was part of Ashwin's daily thought. Was I kind of put this garbage problem on the board to scare the kids away that involved a quadruple integral. And the key to doing the problem was to reduce the 4 integrals down to 2 by reducing the number of variables. And to be totally honest, I can say now because you're graduating, I hadn't done the problem ahead is a big no-no. Ashwin came in the next day with the correct answer that I had looked up and told all of his classmates. Well, the key was you to make sure you have a triangular distribution, which you'd learned last year in AP statistics. And we had many experiences like that this year. Amongst others, Ashwin, I'm really proud to present this award to you. And I really, really want to strongly encourage you to continue to study mathematics in college. Even if it doesn't become your career, keep it at the forefront of your mind, and you'll always be pleased.
The recipient of the 2020 Academic Award in Music is Sophia Estes. It is nearly impossible for me to sum up Sophia's qualifications and contributions to music and the performing arts over her 12-year tenure at the Academy, and her commitment to music and its place at the Academy and in this world is no secret. As a charter member of the Pathways in the Arts Music, 12 years of academic vocal and choral singing, pinnacle choral work, electronic music twice, music survey, participation in local, district, and national choral festivals, concerts, numerous recitals including a formal Pathways recital, innovation pursuit, a cappella, private lessons, advocate, leader, barely touches on her work in music just here at the Academy, which doesn't include all of the vocal work outside of school. She is multi-talented, but her work in the chamber chorus is of particular note. She is one of only 4-year chorus members in the graduating class, and one of only 14 in the past 11 years. She made it her choice to put music as a priority in her academic life by taking academic chorus for the past 8 years. It was more than just academic life, however. She lives music in her soul, and that is evident in every performance. We didn't get a chance to collaborate as planned in her pinnacle work or on her senior recital, but I've decided that we'll have a rain check on that. Sophia, I'm not sure when it will be, but I humbly look forward to the day when I can accompany you in performance again. It would be my honor. Thank you for all that you have given to the music program and the performing arts at Berwick Academy. Chamber Chorus will not be the same without you. You have made a lasting impact on the program and on me as a choral educator. I am pleased to present the 2020 Academic Award in Music to Sophia Estes.
My name is Al Karp, and I am thrilled to present the Honor Award in Physics to Zachary Boston. This award is presented to the top physics student at Berwick Academy in the study of topics including kinematics, energy, electricity, and relativity, among others. I've had the privilege of teaching Zach in Pinnacle Applied Physics course this past year and have been nothing short of amazed. Zach is not only a brilliant student, but more importantly, a curious one. His questioning throughout our course of studies always showed a great depth of understanding, as well as a desire to learn more than what he was just shown. Zach's questions are the ones a teacher wishes a student would ask. Every time he raised his hand, I knew the discussion that followed would benefit everyone in the class. One of Zach's best qualities is his generosity with his knowledge. He often served as a translator for others, taking my lectures, formulas, and data and explaining them in a way others could grasp easily. Zach, you helped make me a better teacher. I have no doubt that when you go to Brown University to study physics, you will do important things, whether in engineering, research, teaching, or any other field you undertake. I will truly miss you. Congratulations, Zach.
Good evening. My name is Adele Tibbetts, and I am happy to present the Spanish Award to Nate Martin Nigrin. I was recently looking at a Spanish 4 honors
Adele's. I believe that in our first Zoom glitch of the evening, Ms. Tibbetts is frozen. And we will move on, please, to Ms. Russell with the Visual Arts Award and come back to Ms. Tibbetts for the Spanish Award.
Okay. Hello, my name is Reagan Russell, and I am pleased to present the Honor Award in Visual Art to Hope Robb. As a graduating Arts Pathways student, Hope has excelled in numerous art classes, including her Pinnacle Senior Art class, where she is a deeply curious and collaborative artist. When working with others, Hope is a joyful partner who is able to bring out the best in her classmates and let them shine. Her drawings and paintings demonstrate her ability to tap into both a personal mode of expression and an eagerness to see and interpret the world through her art. Hope understands art's ability to forge connections between people, and she has intentionally sought out challenges in her work that explore that idea. Hope's art is a keen reflection of who she is and what she brings to the studio. It is joyful, curious, collaborative, colorful, and celebratory. It is my pleasure to recognize Hope with this award tonight. Congratulations, Hope.
Okay, we're still not sure if Ms. Tibbetts is back on, and while we
I am.
Oh, okay. We'll turn it over to her. Oh, she froze again. Yep. All right, we are going to try that again. We have plenty of time here, and Nate, we will get back to your speech from Ms. Tibbetts for the Spanish Award. We will move on now to student speeches. And in the world of education, we talk a lot about the way a student engages in a class. And by engagement, we mean when someone cares about and is locked into a given topic, is digesting it, reflecting upon it, processing it, and formulating an opinion or a concrete answer on it. When Grant Dashti Gibson speaks, people listen. We do this because through his engagement in his classes and in our community for the past 4 years, we have learned quite clearly that Grant is a kind, soft-spoken soul who wants nothing but the best for his classmates, for his friends, his family, and his community. And it is no wonder that his classmates nominated Grant to speak tonight. So I'm pleased to introduce the first student speaker for the baccalaureate ceremony, Grant Dashti Gibson. Unmute.
Oh, there we go. Sorry. All right. Thank you, Mr. Smith. Hello, everyone. To be totally honest, I had a lot of trouble figuring out what I wanted to talk about tonight. I am certain that those who know me cannot remember many times where I have tried public speaking. The most public speaking I've done is through theater, but I can assure you it feels much harder to speak to an audience as myself compared to a fictional character. I wanted to give a speech worthy of everyone's attention, but I wasn't really sure how to do that. I thought about speaking of music, direction, theater, fear, but nothing really clicked when I started putting it to paper. So I did what any teenager in my position would do, and I turned to Google for all the answers and solutions. I, of course, clicked on the first result that popped up and found a 4-step guide on how to make a good speech by Michelle Mazur. I didn't see anything suggesting that I should talk about my speech writing inexperience, however, so I'm not sure Michelle would recommend that I start my speech the way I have. What she did mention, though, is to talk about a field in which I consider myself an expert. And here, finally, is some useful advice. Or so you'd think. Instantly, my mind jumps to video games, because, let's be honest, I've spent way too much time with video games not to be a self-proclaimed expert. However, in imagining all of your less than ideal reactions to me blabbering about video games for 3 to 4 minutes, I've decided to spare you the experience. As much as I would like to compare myself to the beloved Super Mario, I understand that it wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea. It's a little stereotypical. So, now that I've told you all my failings in trying to write a speech, I've backed myself into a proverbial corner. What exactly should I talk about now? Well, after much consideration, I've decided that I'd like to tell you all what I've learned about speech making through this tough process, in hopes that you won't have as much trouble writing a speech as I've had. Don't worry, you can thank me later. My first piece of advice for speeches sounds simple, but it really helps. Stop staring at a blank page. It is so easy to look at a piece of paper without words and decide that nothing you write is good enough to be put down in ink. Truth is, it probably won't be, but then you rewrite and reword, and it gets better. It becomes worth saying out loud. Next piece of advice, be proud of the work you've done. Even if it's as bad as the first draft of this speech was, I find that acknowledging that I put in effort, that I accomplished something, helps me to feel that I have created something of value, which in turn helps me to move forward. Next, it's okay to be unsure how to finish a chapter of the story you're creating. I can assure you I had no idea I would be writing this sentence when I finished my first paragraph. And that's okay. You should never be expected to know exactly what your speech will say before you finish writing it. Lastly, you can get as many suggestions as you'd like, but in the end, you have to be the one to decide what you're writing about. This piece of advice is pretty self-explanatory. Your speech is yours and no one else's. For most listening to me, I just saved you from writing a terrible speech in the future. But to my fellow seniors, I must admit there's something more to this advice. I'm guessing some or many of you have already figured this out, but this was not an attempt to help you wrap your minds around speeches. Let's review my advice. Stop staring at a blank page. Be proud of the work you've done. It's okay to be unsure how to finish a chapter of your story, and you have to be the one to decide what you're writing about. Living your life is scary. It's near impossible to please everyone, and it's really hard to know where you're going. But in a lot of ways, living your life can be like writing a speech. So, the advice I truly leave you with, as we prepare to graduate and move on to new and scary things, is much like the advice I gave for how to write a speech. 1, stop staring at the next stage of your life and go try something, even if it doesn't work out. Every final paper needs its rough drafts, and I have a feeling we are all about to start writing ours. 2, be proud of all the work you've accomplished so far. There is so much to do and prepare for in the coming months, but just breathe and take a moment to acknowledge what you have already done. We've made it this far, and it's important to appreciate that fact. 3, it's okay not to know what's coming next. I honestly don't see how anyone could expect us to know what the future holds. Focus more on how to start your next chapter instead of how to finish it. And finally, 4, you can get as much advice as you want, but ultimately, you have the power to decide what you do next, and no one else can do that for you. I wish the best for you all, and I hope this advice can help, but even if it doesn't, I am just grateful for the opportunity to speak before you all tonight. I cannot begin to express how much I will miss life on the hilltop, and all of you, and I think I still haven't quite been able to comprehend what a big transition this truly is. I do know this, however, my speech and my life would not be the same without my peers, without my teachers, and I am eternally thankful to all of you who have decided that my speech is worth listening to. As we seniors move forward into the next stages of our lives, I encourage you all to continue writing your speeches and living your lives with bravery, passion, and love, and I will try to do the same. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Grant. Bravery, passion, and love, absolutely. We're going to give Ms. Tibbetts one more try here to wrap up the departmental honor awards, and so I will turn it over to Ms. Tibbetts.
All right, fingers crossed. I'm not sure how much you guys heard, so I'll start from the beginning. Good evening. My name is Adele Tibbetts, and I'm happy to present the Spanish Award to Nate Martin Nygren. I was recently looking at a Spanish 4 honors test from last year to see if I could cultivate any new questions for an upcoming assessment, and saw the question, who are Ali Fanfarón y Pentapolin? And he's grinning. My expectation was that students would reply with a king, an emperor, enemies, something simple. I immediately flashed back to Nate's answer and being blown away by the amount of detail included. Not only was Pentapolina king and Alifanfaron an emperor, but the latter was in love with the daughter of the former. But that wasn't cool because they were from different religions and they were going to meet in battle and so on. We're talking about the legendary book Don Quixote de la Mancha, by the way. The answer didn't come back to me because it was something extraordinary from Nate. It was par for the course. Nate is widely respected for his incredible ability to show up to class every day and engage in the material with a lighthearted yet such a meaningful way. This kid can just flip the switch between being goofy and totally engrossed in a topic like few that I have known, all in Spanish, all the time. Speaking exclusively in a second language is not easy, but Nate sticks with it, not only in an effort to truly become fluent, but because he has high expectations and hopes for those around him. Leadership comes naturally to Nate in English, but it is something a bit more challenging in a second language. Nevertheless, I have constantly leaned on him during classes in order for other students to understand whatever we are talking about. One of the things that impresses me most about Nate is his ability to be funny in Spanish. Through dedication and talent, Nate has cultivated a good ear and a quick wit when it comes to communicating. He can hear and understand comments from other students on the fly and read between the lines of a story. It's like having a teaching assistant around more often than not. Nate, congratulations on all that you have accomplished, but more importantly, thank you for all that you have brought to our learning community these last 4 years, particularly in Spanish. Un abrazote virtual.
Congratulations to Nate. Thank you, Ms. Tibbetts, for your perseverance there, and congratulations to all of our departmental honor award winners. Great work to all of you. As I said at the outset, video has been a big part of our spring, understandably, and I'm so pleased that Lynn O'Shaughnessy and Lem Randall, two of our teachers here at Berwick, took the time and effort out of their springtime to put together a video, which is a tribute from the faculty of Berwick Academy to the senior class, to the class of 2020. It's about a 4.5-minute video, and after that we'll return with further awards. So we'll turn it over to the video created by Ms. O'Shaughnessy and Mr. Randall.
Flying. If you stood yourself and said, you're the one I want, you're the one I need, you're the one I had. Come on back to me.
Thank you again to Ms. O'Shaughnessy and Mr. Randall for that really, really moving video. We now move on to our second round of awards, which are the named awards, some of which have been given at Berwick Academy for over 100 years. The first award is the Douglas Dara Hollis Memorial Award, which will be given by Mr. Seth Hurd.
The recipient of the 2020 Douglas Dara Hollis Memorial Award is Sophia Estes. The Douglas Dara Hollis Memorial Award was established through a gift by this deceased student's father to honor that senior who was selected by the Director of Visual and Performing Arts upon recommendations of the theater faculty to have demonstrated outstanding achievement in the dramatic arts during his or her career at Berwick Academy. Sophia is no stranger to theater, and my wife, Ms. Minahan, whom she may remember from first grade, and I recall her first show at Berwick Academy, Oliver, in 2009. She was in countless productions ever since: lower school productions, middle school musicals, straight plays, upper school musicals, as costumer, student director, techie, choreographer, dance captain, hair and makeup, youth wrangler, drama club participant and leader, advocate, and more. I speak with pride when I talk about her accomplishments in earning the award in music, but I sit in awe at her contributions in theater. She has left no opportunity ungrasped, no challenge unfaced, and no stone unturned in her pursuit of music theater excellence. She was recently honored by the International Thespian Society as the first 7-star honor thespian in our chapter, recognizing over 700 hours of theater commitment at Berwick Academy in the upper school. While I have spoken tonight about her proficiency in music and theater, I can't leave her work in dance unacknowledged. Sasha Malone, director of dance, says, "Her warmth and dedication has made her a pillar of the performing arts at Berwick and beyond, Algonquin Playhouse, New England Dance Project, etc. Her ability to embody character is equally impressive in her stage quality in dance as it is in theater. In the business, one of the greatest compliments you can give someone is to bestow upon them the mantle of being a triple threat: dancing, acting, and singing. Sophia, you are indeed a triple threat, and you will give them a run for their money at Marymount Manhattan in the fall and wherever the path may lead you. With well wishes from Ms. Minahan, Ms. Malone, Ms. Bissett, and the rest of the theater faculty, I am honored to present the 2020 Douglas Dara Hollis Memorial Award to Sophia Estes."
Hi, I'm Jen Onken. The Parson Thompson Award celebrates students who have dedicated themselves to serving others beyond the hilltop. I'll be presenting 2 awards tonight. As we look for ways to heal a world struggling with human and environmental health, equity, opportunity, and peace, I continue to be impressed by the dedication and energy of the young people in the class of 2020. Keep at it, my friends. Keep showing up for causes you care about. Genuine, determined, and compassionate, Greta Lincoln has led our outreach program for the past 2 years with the maturity and poise of a colleague. A confident and decisive leader, she has helped to restructure the club to add new leadership roles, improve our communication platform, and connect our school program with the South Berwick Rotary. Greta masterminded multiple on-campus fundraisers to sponsor 4 students to attend school in Haiti, and has cooked and served at the table of plenty community suppers and assisted at the South Berwick Food Pantry. Greta would sometimes be the only person to sign up and show up for a community event. She would find out what needed to be done, jump right in, and get to work with her serving utensils or shelving cans. Greta leads with action and is always brainstorming new ways we can become more effective at helping others. For an innovation pursuit, she built an online platform for women suffering from domestic abuse to find services closer to their homes in the Seacoast region. We have no doubt Greta will continue to use her talents as a leader, affecting lasting change beyond Berwick. Greta, thank you so much for your service to others, and congratulations. Nash Pritchard leads with his heart. As the fearless leader of our winter outreach team, Nash headed up trips to the storage locker for N68 Hours of Hunger, the Table of Plenty, and cooking at Berwick for a local family in need. When I left for my sabbatical this winter, I told Miss Anderson, if you need anything, ask Nash. He's organized, relaxed, and passionate about helping others. Some of our best memories were sitting with him, eating macaroni and cheese after serving dinner to 80 people at the Table of Plenty, or just talking to him while chopping carrots in the test kitchen. At the Woodman Park School, Nash is an absolute kid magnet, and the children struggling with reading or math would hang off him affectionately like he was a jungle gym and just ask for help. Nash works at a summer camp for children living with diabetes. He plans to become an RN, helping kids manage this challenging disease, a skill he's learned to master in his own life. We admire Nash not only because of his honest, sincere work ethic, but because of his effortless compassion. The world will surely be a more loving place with Nash in it. Congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Amory Mansfield, and tonight I am presenting the Perkins Prize to Nick Marino. The criteria for the Perkins Prize always reads to me like a bit of a recipe. The main ingredients are that the recipient be one of the top English and history students at Berwick, who is also from the state of Maine. But today, what we have for you is more complex than that. It is a unique dish that I call lobster and kiwi casserole. Nick Marino is today's top chef, as they say on those cooking shows. And he has added a few more ingredients that made him stand out to the Michelin reviewers. Sorry, I mean his teachers. His style has been described as sophisticated and smooth, and the dishes he prepares are made up of thousands and thousands of well-chosen words, liberal doses of thoughtful reflections and class discussions, and more than a pinch of dedication and attention to detail. Sprinkled on top is the insight he has curated from 12 years of life on this hilltop that we hope have made this recognition today just a little bit sweeter, as it was so long in the making. I've had the pleasure of watching my advisee, Nick, develop as a writer, a student, and a person over these last 4 years, and I'm thrilled to be the one to present him with this award tonight. Congratulations, Nick.
Good evening. I'm Rob Quinn, and I'm pleased to present the Hilltop Awards. Selected by the athletic director and the head of school with nominations from the coaches, this award recognizes a male and female senior for their athletic ability and achievements on the Hilltop. Our male Hilltop Award winner is Tyler Gollin. Our male Hilltop Award winner played 4 years of varsity golf, varsity ice hockey, and lacrosse. Tyler Gollin has played the majority of the last 2 seasons as the #1 on the varsity golf team. Over that time, he has helped and lead the team to back-to-back tournament championship wins and a league championship. Coach Randall observes Tyler's leadership on and off the course, especially with the younger players. He has left the program on solid grounds for the future. In lacrosse, Tyler was the team's top midfielder. Coach Harding describes Tyler as one of the most gifted athletes on the team, contributing both offensively and defensively. But in the end, all of his coaches knew hockey was Tyler's true passion. He completed his ice hockey career as the program's all-time leading scorer. Tyler Gollin played in 120 games, scored 48 goals, and had 83 assists for 131 points. Coach Jarno describes Tyler as one of the most decorated players in the program's history, a history that includes players that have moved on to schools like Michigan, BU, UNH, Army, Middlebury, and Bowdoin. Tyler is a great teammate and a great leader. It is my honor to present the Male 2020 Hilltop Award to Tyler Gollin. On to our Female Hilltop Award winner, Rain Zimmerman. Our Female Hilltop Award winner was a three-sport athlete playing varsity level all 4 years in soccer, ice hockey, and lacrosse. In soccer, Rain was a three-time EIL All-League player, a two-time All-NEPSAC player. She was the 2018 EIL Player of the Year and Boston Globe All-Scholastic player. Coach Durr describes Rain as versatile. Her one-on-one ability, field vision, and ability to strike the ball is amazing. Simply put, Rain has been the heart and soul of this team. Coach Souza observes, Rain is a rarity, a throwback to the day when top athletes not only played, but excelled in three sports, and hockey was no exception. This season, Rain joined a short list of girls varsity ice hockey players to accumulate 100 career points. But perhaps more valuable than her ability was the leadership she provided as a captain. She led by example with willingness to put the success of the team above her own. Coach Gabaro states, Rain is one of the most naturally gifted athletes I have ever seen, but beyond her talent, she's an exceptionally generous teammate and simply one of the best people I know. On the lacrosse field, Coach Martinson observes, Rain's speed, power, and eye-hand coordination is unmatched, as no defender in the league can stop her. All of this talent is so beautifully paired with Rain's kind, inclusive, giving spirit. It's my honor to present the Female 2020 Hilltop Award to Rain Zimmerman.
Good evening. My name is Patrick Conley, and I'm happy to present the Class of 1915 Award to Eileen Mulkern. This award is sponsored by an anonymous donor and includes a gift of $100 to be presented to a student who exhibits noteworthy talents in both English and math. The recipient is to be selected by the head of school along with the chairs of those two departments. For those of us who have either taught or sat beside Eileen in the classroom, we have all witnessed a committed, a patient, and truly skillful student. Having taught her myself for 2 years, I can attest to her blend of abilities that make her a natural for this hybrid award. Eileen has the instincts of a poet in the mind of a mathematician. Consequently, her lively writing is perceptive and elegant, but always anchored with the logical reasoning of a geometrist or lawyer. Miss Onken, her pinnacle English teacher through the first half of the year, was impressed with Eileen's listening skills and storytelling, while Mr. Harrington, her math teacher, noted her sharp eye for detail and superb problem-solving skills. With Middlebury College's focus on writing and expression throughout all aspects of the curriculum, Eileen will certainly be well equipped to thrive there as well when she arrives in Vermont next fall. So congratulations, Eileen, for earning this year's Class of 1915 award.
Good evening, everyone. I am Ginny Vatcher, and I am thrilled to present the Marie Donahue Award to Lily Rennie. The Marie Donahue Award recognizes an outstanding senior for exceptional commitment and contribution to the Academy. Lily Rennie arrived on the Hilltop in her sophomore year. She was wide-eyed and eager to absorb everything she could here. Lily's inclusive style and happy-go-lucky way about her was soon appreciated by everyone she met. Not only was Lily a leader by skill and sportsmanship on the field hockey and lacrosse fields, but she was a curious and contributing member in every class as well. One service day, our advisory worked on a farm in South Berwick. Lily didn't hesitate to get dirty and do whatever needed to be done. She worked all day long, always with a smile on her face. During her time at Berwick, Lily served as a SWAT leader junior year and captain of the field hockey team senior year. As perhaps her greatest honor, she was chosen by the entire upper school to represent them as one of the first upper school prefects this year. She handled that role masterfully. Lily has been such a powerhouse in her 3 years at Berwick as a student, athlete, friend, and leader, and has most definitely left her print. I am proud to award Lily Rennie the 2020 Marie Donahue Award.
Good evening. I am pleased to present our second Marie Donahue Award to, again, recognize an outstanding senior for exceptional commitment and contribution to the Academy, which is, of course, going to Ryan Trotsky. Anyone that has been paying attention during just this last year, let alone the last 4, or likely the last 13, should have had no problem thinking of Ryan when hearing the award description. A stalwart and a bulldog award recipient, which are forms of service to the Academy in their own right, no? Ryan has served on our Student Leadership Council all 4 years of his upper school career, and this year as its head leader. He has also served as one of 3 student representatives on the honor committee both his junior and senior years. Those 2 elected positions would never have happened without his peers acknowledging his deep commitment to our school and his admirable moral integrity. In both roles, he has been commended for his empathy, care, and teamwork. And while he has always stepped up, served his peers, and won their respect and endorsement, the adults in the community have been in awe as well. The best way to describe Ryan is honest, hardworking, and unselfish, which his teachers and coaches have done year after year. As one of his teachers his last 2 years and his advisor who reads all of his trimester comments from his other teachers, I can say that his contributions to our community very much take place in the classroom as well. He regularly offers thoughtful, insightful, and targeted answers and ideas to discussions and activities, not just for the sake of talking or earning participation points, but to raise the level of discussion in deliberate ways and enhance his peers' learning. Ryan, you have proven yourself to be a mature, collected, yet motivated young man with an appreciation for hard work and its dividends. On behalf of the Berwick Academy faculty and administration, thank you for all that you have brought to our Hilltop in such a positive, spirited, and generous manner during your years here. Congratulations on earning this year's Marie Donahue Award.
Good evening again. I am pleased to present the 2020 Cogswell Award to Zach Boston. Over the past 164 years that it has been awarded, there have been different definitions and requirements of the Cogswell Award. Phrases like good conduct and diligence in studies appeared throughout the years, although one word, scholar, was always there, which is what these medals now signify. In the upper school faculty's opinion, the top scholar in the class. The current description reads, with the Cogswell medals in grades 9 through 12, the upper school faculty recognize exemplary academic achievement and intellectual exploration and challenge in the classroom and beyond. And the criteria for consideration, the student must be in the top 5 of the class, the rigor of course load, and they must have a manifest interest and engagement with the ideas of the curriculum and or other intellectual or creative pursuits for their intrinsic value. Zach Boston is a giant who has spent 4 years showing us the light. A true scholar in the sense that, the original sense that Mr. Cogswell intended in creating this award, Zach has pushed himself and contributed in every area of our campus. Remaining in the top 5% of the class every year of high school, Zach is an academic powerhouse and an athletic force. Most importantly, and the reason we will miss him most, is Zach's presence. He is kind, he is thoughtful, and he cares about everyone around him. Zach has been a giant at Berwick Academy, and we will miss him dearly on the Hilltop. Congratulations to this year's Cogswell Award winner and tomorrow's graduation speaker, Zach Boston.
Good evening. Congratulations to all the award winners. Before I give the head of school awards tonight, I'd like to give a special thanks to the head of the upper school, Ted Smith, for the great job that he did this spring, shepherding the upper school through a trimester unlike any other. So Ted, thank you. He keeps saying tomorrow. I wish we were going to be here tomorrow too, but I think you guys know that given the uncertainty of the weather, we have moved commencement to Sunday, and I look forward to seeing everybody on Sunday. And now it gives me great pleasure to present the Head of School Award. Selected by the head of school through nominations of the faculty, the Head of School Award is given annually to that member of the senior class who best exemplifies the ideal and spirit of Berwick Academy. We have 2 recipients this evening. Our first winner certainly exemplifies both the ideals and the spirit of Berwick Academy. But tonight I will focus a bit more on spirit. Nate Nygren has been a visible presence throughout his career at Berwick, but never more so than this year as one of our school prefects. His enthusiasm for student life and commitment to providing the best experience for his fellow students has been at the forefront of his leadership. He has appreciated the value of finding the balance between keeping things light and getting things done. Academically, Nate has conquered our most rigorous curriculum. He brings a thoughtful, engaged, dynamic energy to class, consistently setting the tone for his classmates. His peers have learned to trust his insights and ability to articulate complex ideas. His writing is thorough, and we have all appreciated his ability to command the room. On the field and court, Nate has been described as a captain without a title. He has the street cred to hold teammates accountable, and he always finds a way to be positive after games. He also found consistent ways to make his mark with his skills and tenacity. Personally, I'm incredibly proud of all that Nate has accomplished this year. Just about this time last year, Nate and I met after one of our morning assemblies. There was a bump in the road, and Nate, like good leaders do, took responsibility for his actions and promised to be better. Buoyed by that experience, Nate led beautifully this year and earned the highest praise from the upper school faculty. For the energy and enthusiasm he brings to school every day and for leading us so well, I am proud to virtually present the Head of School Award to Nate Nygren. Congratulations, Nate. I'm guessing it was the first or second week of school last year, in the fall of 2018, that the second recipient of the Head of School Award caught my eye. I believe it was during honor committee speeches that it became clear to me that Hope Robb was a student who was going places. Her poise and confidence that morning struck me, but I was also moved by her message. It was not full of cliche or playing to the crowd, but it was from the heart and incredibly thoughtful. Fast forward to this year, and Hope too served the school incredibly well as one of our prefects. Her leadership at Berwick has almost known no bounds. She has represented her class in one way or another since her sophomore year and roles in student council, honor committee for the past 2 years, where she has been described as an amazing advocate for students who come before the honor committee, in that her primary focus during a meeting is to make sure the students' voice is heard and that their story comes across to the committee the way in which they intended. She is fair and empathetic, and because of that, regularly grapples during the deliberation process, trying to balance what is right and just for the community with what is right and just for the student. Hope has also been a member of the Student Wellness Advisory Team while balancing all of these other roles. Through it all, she never complains, never misses a meeting, and serves all of those roles extremely well. Hope's leadership carried over to cross country, where she captained the team for 2 seasons. Her coach raved, saying, "Hope has been an amazing captain of the girls' cross country team. Hope rallies the girls for challenging workouts, brings a positive perspective every day, and fosters a supportive and social atmosphere." Berwick Academy has benefited tremendously from Hope's presence, and we will miss her terribly next year. For her leadership and passion, for her student advocacy, and for her sheer force, it gives me great pleasure to award this year's Head of School Award to Hope Robb. Congratulations, Hope.
Thank you, Mr. Hamilton, and congratulations to all of our award winners this evening. I'm now pleased to present the second student speaker for the evening, and unfortunately, Ms. Tibbetts stole basically all of my thunder in describing Ryan Trotsky for the Marie Donahue Award. So just to repeat, Ryan does it all. He works hard, he excels academically, he dominates on the fields and on the courts, but his greatest contributions to our community this year and for his entire high school career have been in his leadership positions. As co-chair of the Student Leadership Council in its inaugural year, Ryan has stood out as a leader of our school, and again, like Grant before him, and it's no wonder that his classmates chose him to be tonight's second student speaker. I turn it over to Ryan Trotsky.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. A few weeks ago, Ms. Russell and Mr. Buensuceso approached me via email on my last day of classes to see if I would be interested in writing a piece for a local newspaper reflecting on the class of 2020. The prompt for the essay was to either pick a specific memory of the class or to highlight the spirit of the class as a whole. While there were many memories I was tempted to write about, I opted to reflect on the spirit of our class, especially how it has been demonstrated over the past few months. It was not easy to spend our final months as seniors apart from each other, but I believe our responses to these unforeseen circumstances epitomizes the character of the class of 2020. I would like to share these words with you today. At the conclusion of my 13th and final year at Berwick Academy, I've had plenty of time to reflect on my experience. Berwick has been my second home, a place where I've grown up and developed both educationally and as a person. While reminiscing, I can recall events such as my first Halloween parade, Blue and White Spirit Days, and numerous Wolfstock concerts. At first glance, one commonality between all of the events is their location, the Berwick Hilltop. For 13 years, the Berwick campus has provided me with excellent facilities and resources that have allowed me to excel in all of my endeavors, for which I am forever grateful. But as I begin to search deeper into these memories, I find that it's not necessarily the location itself that made these moments so special. In light of the current pandemic, I've come to realize that it's the people that surrounded me each day that made this experience so memorable. Since our freshman year, the class of 2020 has always been positive, outgoing, and lively group of people. It is truly unfortunate, and I am deeply saddened that we were unable to finish our final trimester together on campus. For the past 8 weeks, I was forced to convert my computer screen into classrooms, meetings, and the only place I could socialize with friends. While it could have been easy to feel pity for ourselves and become stagnant, I have watched the class of 2020 respond with energy and a desire to make the most of our situation. Through virtual coffeehouse performances, class meetings and lunches over Zoom, as well as delivering powerful speeches to our entire upper school, the tremendous leadership and passion that lives within our class is apparent. Rather than choosing to slack off, our class has remained proactive in classes, in our relationships and friendships, and in the community as a whole. Although my time has sadly come to a close, I'm exceedingly proud to have been a member of this class and will never forget all the people who have made my years at Berwick extraordinary. It is often said that home is not a physical place, but a feeling. Due to these unprecedented circumstances, our class was forced to move out of our home. We spent our final days of high school apart, yet as I participated in our final assembly to recognize our seniors, I did not feel resentful that I was forced to watch from my desk. As I looked upon my classmates while we gathered one last time, I could see tears begin to fill many of their eyes. These tears were not of sadness or regret, but of joy and recognition of such a special moment. If you want to know what happens when you take the hilltop away from us, the answer you will find is that the spirit of the class of 2020 continues to burn even brighter. These qualities demonstrated by our class, resilience, motivation, energy, will serve us well in our futures. I am confident that the class of 2020 will be leaders in whatever future communities we join. While each of our individual journeys may take us in different directions, remember that wherever you may go, you will always have a home. Forever a Bulldog. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan, so much. We will now have two more pieces to the ceremony. We will start with Reverend Hurd, who will join us for the benediction, and then we will have a video to close the ceremony. So I ask Mr. Hurd, Reverend Hurd, to come back to the podium for the benediction. Mr. Hurd.
As we come to the close of the ceremony this evening, I wish to offer you first a poem and then a traditional blessing for the benediction. There are many kinds of love in this world. The love of a parent, the love of a spouse, the love of a friend. And there are about 8 words or more in Greek and Aramaic to describe love, where there is about 1 in the English language. In these times, we need to find love. With these challenges, we must share love. As you graduate this weekend, may you take all of your accomplishments, all of the things that you have gained in your journey, and keep the connection and share the love that you have out in the world. As Dougie MacLean wrote in his beloved Caledonia, "Let me tell you how I love you. I think of you all the time." A number of you offered this sign of love to me a few months past, so it only seems fitting that I offer it back to you. Many of you know my tradition of sharing Robert Burns' Red, Red Rose as a parting word. I encourage you to seek love in your heart and share it. Oh, my love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. Oh, my love's like the melody that sweetly played in tune. As fair art thou, my bonny lass, so deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry. Till all the seas gang dry, my dear, and rocks melt with the sun, I will love thee still, my dear, while the sands of life shall run. And fare thee well, my only love, and fare thee well a while. I will come again, my love, though it were 10,000 mile. I will come again, my love, though it were 10,000 mile. And the Irish blessing, may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm across your face and the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may you hold each other close in the palm of your hand. This is the beginning and not an end. Amen, and blessed be.
Thank you, Reverend Hurd. I can't tell you how difficult it is to stand in this empty theater and close this ceremony. But to the class of 2020, we love you and we miss you and we can't wait to see you on Sunday. And we are going to close out with a video created by Nate Nygren and Dylan Mitchell for their senior projects. And thank you to Nate and to Dylan for sharing this with us. And that at the end of the video will be the closing of the ceremony. So congratulations again to the class of 2020, and we'll turn it over to Nate and Dylan's video. Thank you.
Mr. Summers here from the lower school, and on behalf of all of us, congratulations on your upcoming graduation.
Congrats, class of 2020. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Congratulations, class of 2020.
Hi, seniors. Just wanted to say a big congratulations.
Dear class of 2020, we want to say congratulations. We wish you only the best for next year, and most of all,
thank you for being the best big buddies ever. What's up?
All you gotta do is leave it better than you found it. It's gonna get difficult to stand, but hold your balance. I just say whatever, cause there is no way you're around it. Everyone falls down sometime, but you just gotta know it'll all be fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed.
Class of 2020, I will always appreciate that you have made Berwick, by every measure, a better place than the way you found it. Thank you for sharing all of your gifts with us and for helping to make even our youngest students love Berwick so much.
I love you, seniors.
What an honor and privilege it has been to have advised, taught, coached, and counseled so many of you through the college process. Your class will never be forgotten.
Know that it's been an absolute pleasure watching you guys grow and mature, and I wish you all the best moving forward. A huge congratulations, class of 2020. You're amazing.
Seniors, you are creative, you are strong, you're resilient, you're smart, you're collaborative. Keep all those things as you move forward.
I appreciate the way that you all support one another in and outside the classroom. Your camaraderie and your work ethic has been inspiring, and it's made learning so much fun.
What do I appreciate about the class of 2020? Your resiliency, your determination, your ability to meet the bar every time it's been raised on you. But mostly, I appreciate your ability to laugh and smile.
The thing that I am most grateful to you for is how much fun you always made teaching. You either full-on embraced my arts and crafts in math class or neuroscience class, or at least you tolerated them, always making the learning so much more fun. Here are some pictures to show what I mean.
Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. Staring at the bottom of your glass, hoping one day you'll make a dream last. But dreams come slow and they go so fast. You see it when you close your eyes. Maybe one day you'll understand why everything you touch surely dies. But you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Staring at the ceiling in the dark, same old empty feeling in your heart. Cause love comes slow and it goes so fast. Well, you see it when you fall asleep, but never to touch and never to keep. Cause you loved her too much and you dive too deep. Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go.
class of 2020. I want to thank you for being a bunch of goofballs and always making me laugh. I found I'll never forget you.
You've made this a really, really wonderful year for me. I've had such a great time with all of you in my classes and shared so many memorable moments.
And keep showing us how it's possible to be the best person you can be, because you've done that this spring.
But I think that this experience that you had to go through this spring made you stronger, and you may not feel it right now, but I think someday you will.
I'm so proud of you guys, each and every one of you, and I have loved being your class advisor.
You should be so proud of all the things that you've accomplished here on the Hilltop. I can't wait to see what you do next.
Thank you to everybody that made this video possible, and from the bottom of our hearts, thank you to everyone who had an impact on the class of 2020. We'll never forget every single one of you. We're so proud to be a part of this class. These past years have been the best we could have ever asked for and more. We're so excited to see what you guys all do, and we're even more excited to hear about it in person. Dogs forever.
Thank you.